We welcome to the show, Christopher Martin. How's it going?
It's good, man. Much love. Thanks for having me, you know.
No problem. So, what can you tell us about your latest single, You'll Never Find?
You will never find. Yeah, it's a song that it was released on July the 16th, and ever since its release, it's just been getting so much love. That song actually came about the producer, Robert Livingston. Robert Livingston, he actually had like an idea in his head, a melody in his head, and he did the whole instrumental around that idea. We recorded the original idea and loved the song and everything, but he was like, I think we can find a stronger song for the beat. And he sent me the instrumental again, and You'll Never Find was the end result. Yeah, man. So it's been an awesome ride. It's been an awesome journey. Like the DJs have just been loving it, and my supporters have just been loving it. And I'm sure I've gotten some new supporters since I've done it as well. So it's a plus.
Yeah, I like it. It's a very good song.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
And I think the first time I heard your voice, this is a long time ago, was when you released Cheetah's Prayer. What are your memories of that time? That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah, that definitely is a long time ago. I think that was like 2012, 2011, 2012, I think. Yeah, 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yikes. 9, 10 years ago. Yeah, man. That song though, that song, it really, really, really just like it was just released and it just went just skyrocketing. That is one of those songs that you say is life changing. That's one of those songs that you do songs prior to that and you get love for it and people appreciate it and they come out to your shows and they sing along with you. But a song like Cheetah's Prayer is like you just start it and they take it over. You don't even have to sing it. They just take it over. The love for it is just immense. And yeah, that was probably like the real start of like, what would I say? The real start. That was when I was able to like carry my band on shows with me. So when I went to Europe on tours or into Africa on tours, because the capacity of the crowds changed with Cheetah's Prayer, I was afforded the opportunity to bring my live music everywhere I'm going. So that was a big song, man. That is a big song.
Yeah, it
Big,
still
big.
is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That is a big
It's,
song.
it's kind of on the similar vein of Shaggy's It Wasn't Me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Similar kind of topic, similar kind of concept, yeah. And that's good
But
company to be in.
yeah, great tune. And
Yeah,
I
man,
also
respect.
really like your reggae cover of Passengers Let Her Go. This is from a while ago as well, but
Yeah, that
it's
was
in,
from a while ago, but
it's
that
interesting,
did
isn't
really
it?
well too. Yeah, man,
Mate,
it did really well.
like turning a pop song into a reggae tune. How does that happen? Is that quite easy or?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like you have the musicians and I express the idea, and you don't know reggae is a riff. Chicken, chicken, the drum and bass, it's synonymous with reggae, you understand? So when I explained to them exactly how I wanted it, they did it the right way, and that was awesome for me. And then what made it even more awesome was the fact that Passenger himself um, made a post and said that of all the covers he's heard of his song, that one is his favorite. So that was really nice.
And I think with reggae, I mean, there's been a lot of covers actually in reggae, but it works so well because it sounds so different, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, it does sound different. It sounds fresh. It sounds new. So even though the original is there, when a lot of other people do covers, they kind of do it over the same track. But with reggae now is a whole new track, a whole new vibe. So I feel like with that difference, it always comes across like something fresh, something new.
Yeah. And you mentioned crowds. It's been a long time, hasn't it, since you've done a gig? How's that been?
It's been weird. It's been weird to say the least. From prior to the pandemic to be like traveling every week, every weekend, going to different cities, going to different countries, performing for people, and then not traveling, not performing. It was rough. It is rough, but it's the world is opening up back now. I had the opportunity to do some Zoom shows, or what you'd call it, internet
Online?
performances. Yeah, and those are awesome. Those are awesome. I really enjoyed myself. It just got like for the first week, it took some getting used to, like you have to amp yourself up. You have to just perform like you're performing for a crowd. But outside of that, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to be on stage with the thousands in front of me again. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. But yeah, that
Yeah,
must be
man.
very strange performing online because obviously you don't get the applause, do you, after each song?
No, but at the end of the day, though, like you know. So it's like in my mind, I have a mental image of who's in front of me and what I'm doing. So I still leave it all on the stage because at the end of the day, if it's if you had a live show and one person came to support you, you'd have to give them the same amount of energy as if it was the thousands that came out. You can't shortchange your supporters, whether it's one or it's 1,000 or it's 100 or it's 10. You have to give them that same vibe, and I just bring across that same energy in my online performances.
Yeah, that's great. And I imagine you've done a lot more recordings. Have you been able to do that since all of this?
Yeah, yeah, man, definitely. I've been home. I've been home, so it's really that's been the initiative. I spent a lot more time in the studio, a lot more time writing, a lot more time recording. So it goes without saying, I'm not traveling, so I have a lot more spare time.
Yeah.
I'm not preparing for flights. I'm not coordinating shows. I'm not on the road doing interviews for performances. So I have this time now to sit down and think about different concepts, different things that I can sing about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
liked
man.
your last album, Big Deal, wasn't it?
Uh no, the last one was and then.
Oh, and then, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good
yeah, yeah.
album.
And
Was
yeah,
the
and
Big
then.
Deal album that was that was all your kind of the greatest hits, wasn't it? The Big Deal one.
Nah, we had a few songs that were already out, but it was half and half. Like majority of the songs that were on it weren't released, but a few songs were on it that were out. Like Big Deal was out. Um, Under the Influence, songs like those. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
And
man.
I mean, it's great because you do the reggae dancehall stuff, but you also do the classic reggae love songs, which I particularly love.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely, definitely. That caters to my core fan base. My core fan base are females. So they're my foundation. So I have to sing those kind of songs. But to do the sing J, the dancehall vibe, it's more so like showing versatility, showing that you can do it. Like you can be in this section and you can be in this section, but you have your bread and butter. And my bread and butter is love songs, singing, crooning, big voice thumping out through the songs.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
that's
man.
that's great. I mean, Under the Influence was a good tune as well, and it was one of those tunes that you could hear playing in the clubs at the time.
Yeah, man. Definitely, definitely. And when we go to parties right now, it's still playing. So it's like no matter how long or how many years have passed, I just feel like the kind of music I've done and the kind of songs I've done, they have that kind of staying power. They're not frivolous. They don't just come and go like. And I
Yeah,
feel like it all boils down to the content. So the content of the song, it resonates with people. It's very relatable. So that's a good vibe.
yeah, definitely. So, what are your plans for this year then? Have you got gigs planned or?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have some performances in August coming up. The end of this month, which is July, we have another online performance with my band. But in August, we have some live performances where we travel and we perform for actual people that we can touch and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. So by the end of August into September, we have some performances, and then hopefully leading into the end of the year, the last quarter, hopefully the world will be in a better place and a better state.
yeah, it has been tough, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been tough, but at the end of the day, life is there, and we appreciate life and we love life, and with life there are many more chances. So we can't really think about what we lost. We just have to focus on the positives, look back at the negatives and work on them, and just ensure that with each day we just make it better.
Yeah, and I think it kind of makes you appreciate the things you did before, doesn't it?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, man. Because in retrospect, you have to just look at it and appreciate the fact that some things that you probably took for granted, and that seem very simple, that yeah, you proper miss them. Like you really, really miss them, and you wish you could be doing it, but based on the times, you know. So yeah, it makes you look back and really see how some of the smallest things were so instrumental and meant so much, and you just can't wait to go back and do them.
Yeah, the last time I saw you perform was in London about 5 or 6 years ago, actually. It was a showcase event. It was on Valentine's Day. It was with
Yeah.
Romain Virgo, Freddie
Mm-hmm.
McGregor, a lot of great reggae singers, yourself
Yeah.
included.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great gig. I really enjoyed that.
That was awesome. I always have an awesome time anytime I'm in London. Anytime I'm in the UK, it's always a nice vibes. I feel like the UK, they love the whole lovers rock kind of vibes. You know, they're so into it. Like, yeah, I do the dancehall vibes, and it gets the nice ovation and whatever. But anytime I delve into like the lovers tunes, it's a different kind of trips.
Yeah, we do love
Yeah.
reggae in London. We do.
Yeah, man, definitely. I can see that. And then with that said, I can feel the love. Like I get so many messages from the DJs and from like my supporters over there, how much they're loving this new song. You'll never find it. Listen, me, I just can't wait to come there to experience it the right way. You know?
Yeah, we can't wait to have you back. So
Yeah,
with
man.
your new single, that's out now, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll never find. Yeah, definitely.
And you've been recording lots of music. You've been saying anything else coming out soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've recorded a ton of songs. We're working on a new album, so hopefully by the end of the year it will be ready. But outside of that, it's you'll never find. The video comes out in a few weeks, and hopefully the body of work, which is the new album, will come out by the last quarter. So all of this work that we've been putting in, is for that and for this direction that we're in right now. The whole you'll never find, the whole love songs, the whole vibes. We're not really dabbling in a lot of dancehall right now. It's mainly singing, a lot of singing, a whole lot of singing, and more singing.
Right.
A lot of love songs. Yeah,
sounds
man.
good.
Yeah, man.
But that's great. You've done an album because, of course, with a lot of reggae singers, it's a lot of singles, isn't it? Usually, there isn't always time for albums.
Yeah. It's not just with reggae singers or dancehall singers. It's just with the kind of the tide of the time right now. You know, it's single driven. It's a
singles market, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, kind of like a single driven market right now. So, you know, that's what they're doing. But I just feel like it's always awesome to have a body of work that people who love you and genuinely support you, they want to have it. Like, there's a gift from you to them, and they cherish it. Like, the messages I get about my Big Deal album, or the message I get about And Then, you know, it's different. It hits different because it's like they have a body of work that they can put into their house or in their car, and they can play it, and it's one entire Christopher Martin vibe. You understand? As opposed to just a single here and a single there, and you have to create or curate your own playlist. It's different, you know? So
yeah.
It's always a vibe for albums.
I always find with albums as well, there'll be a song on there you have to listen to a few times before you like it.
Man. Yeah,
it's
man.
Like that.
Yeah. And that's the joy about it too. Like, when you do an album, like you're like catering to the different tastes of your audience. Like, everybody won't love the same songs, but at least there's something there for everyone.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like with an album and with a body of work like that, you get to cover all your bases.
And it can be great just to put it on, you know, just leave it playing.
Yeah.
Maybe make it into a vinyl or something like that.
Definitely. Yeah, man.
I do love my reggae vinyl myself.
Yeah, it is something to have, definitely.
Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Chris.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. And thanks for all the love and all the support. You understand? Enough respect. I appreciate it.